Okay, so in previous video I mentioned, this bachelor contest looking for a new mother. So I thought I'd show you guys my little investigation, and mind you, this is just a very small portion of that investigation, to give you a better insight into why I say what I say. So you got to look for um, Barney Barney Bento. So we want to look for Barney Bento. You want to look for this song here, "Something to Live For." Okay, that's what you want to look for. So okay, so we talk about that one big deal. So that one big deal is a representation of Olivia, because she's a pretty big deal. I'm just the average person here. I don't have fame or fortune, not yet, but I know I'm going to be very famous pretty soon. So that's the one big deal. Um, Down here, Jaden, that's about you, because in your video that you have, you mentioned how old you are, right? And turns into a fearless vocal beast nobody saw coming. So it's a representation of potentially this story giving you the courage to, finally, secure your future with me, as opposed to letting it go like you have in nine past lives. So that one big deal, um, got a raise and married Yvonne. So Bernice Yvonne um, Thompson is my mother's name. So that Yvonne is referring to mother. Okay, Yvonne mother. He's got something to live for, meaning, in the event that Jaden shoots me down, well, I could go, start the Bachelor show, which Olivia is part of that um, group of people on the Bachelor show who has a chance to become the mother of all creation, or the new mother of all creation. So that's me having something to live for, something so real. So it means it's real. It's not made up. Meaning, if I can't get with this girl because, let's say she has a family, they might have a child that's 4 or 5 years old, and they become a family and they're so in love with one another that I can't break that bond. Well, what am I supposed to do? If I can't break the bond that they have because of the family, then I need a backup plan. So that's what the Bachelorette is about. It's a backup plan to, find me somebody to love in the event that she can't, exit the relationship. Whether it's because they have a child or they want to have a child, or they're too in love with one another, I don't know. But that's, you know, what this is about. It's like finding a new mother creator. So to understand the Yvonne aspect, you have to look at this girl here, Cassandra Partridge. So she's a band member. Saugeen First Nation, Cassandra Yvonne Partridge. You notice how she has the same name, Yvonne, as over here. Okay, Yvonne. But she also has the name Partridge. To understand that, you have to look up my girl here, official trailer, where there's dialogue between the two characters. She says, "You'll have to live with the Partridge family." That's metaphorical for Olivia. So Olivia's boyfriend, his name is Louis Partridge. Louis is, it's my son's dog's name, Louis, who's named after my father, Louis, Oliver Lowell Coggy. Everyone calls him Louis. So Louis here he's a memorial dog that we got for my son Mingan, because he took the death of my father quite hard. So we got him a memorial dog and named him Louis. So the connection with Louis Partridge means, and the other lady, the Cassandra here, means basically Jaden's love for me dying. If it dies, well, then we need like a memorial dog like Louis, right? Or we need a backup plan. So the death of somebody's love for me means I have to start over, start fresh. So the Partridge family means Anthony Partridge through my father's association, meaning that's how I know that she's, one of the prospects as a new mother creator. Although she's dating this guy, there's they they would say that that old saying, if you love something, set it free. So I can imagine her having a conversation with her boyfriend saying, you know that I have a chance to become the new mother of all creation? You're cool and all, but I could literally save the day if I was to enter this competition and get with that guy. I could become the new mother of all creation. I love you and all, but I think I'd want to take a shot at that. I don't think I want to miss out on an opportunity. And in the event that Jaden steps up to the plate because she sees me beginning these insteps to potentially become the new mother of all creation, I, in theory, could save all creation by forcing her to, get with Anthony. So um, you may not lose me from that perspective. I could see that conversation as how it will go down. Like just let me enter the competition in the event that Jaden, doesn't want to get with him, and I end up as mother of all creation. Well, you and I had a good run, but in the event that she sees me, as a threat, perhaps maybe that's what needs to happen to force her to, contact Anthony. So I hope you don't mind, Louis, if I entertain the idea of becoming a new mother of all creation, with the expectation of actually becoming a new mother of all creation, or helping out these two creators maybe get back together again. So that's how I picture the conversation going between you and Louis. By the way, Olivia. So yeah. Hopefully, he lets you go. And I don't know if you've ever heard that song, "To the Man Who Let Her Go." It's almost like a prophecy. Like, you could become the mother of all creation. If Louis lets you go out of the relationship, there's a potential you could become the new mother of all creation because you could be standing beside me and I'd be thinking the man who let you go, Louis Partridge. To the man, Louis Partridge, who let Olivia go and enter the competition, Miss Universe, I'm thanking you the most. That's what that song subliminally means. But it also means about Sean. If Sean lets her out of the relationship, I could be standing beside her. So it could go either way. So Louis Partridge is a Partridge family, meaning you'll have to live with the Partridge family, meaning I'll have to live with Louis Partridge, or I'll have to live with Olivia Rodrigo through the association of Louis Partridge, like my dad, meaning I'll be the father and she'll be the mother through the association of Yvonne Partridge, my mother. So this Partridge and being Yvonne means Olivia, who's dating Louis Partridge, who happens to be my father's name, will become the new mother through the association of Yvonne Partridge. So you may have to watch this a couple of times because it's pretty confusing, but I hope it isn't. So Yvonne Partridge means, Mother Partridge. Okay? Mother Partridge. I'm Father Partridge through Louis, my dad. Means we're the new mother and father of all creation. Through the band member, Cassandra Yvonne Partridge. So that's what that means to the Partridge family. It means that she'll have to live here in Saugeen. Saugeen is the Partridge family. Or I'll have to live with her in Hollywood as the former Partridge family, Louis Partridge. So next you need to know about this video here. So she had 95 sold out shows for the Guts World Tour. Okay. So the 95 sold out shows is connected to Lightning McQueen. So if you watch Lightning McQueen here, hey Lightning, you ready? That means, hey Olivia, you ready? That's the number of Lightning McQueen, 95. So Lightning McQueen having number 95 and Olivia having 95 sold out shows means that she's metaphorically Lightning McQueen, or can become a queen. So you then have to add that to Lightning Crashes, because that's lightning crashes. This is actually Mother Jada because her nickname is Nugget. And if you get chicken McNuggets from McDonald's, so McNuggets, McQueen means that you're supposed to be the queen of all creation. But in the event that you don't do that because you crash, by remaining in the relationship that you're in now, it means that what do I do if you crash? Well, then I'd have to go enter the Bachelor show. So Lightning crashes means Lightning McQueen or Lightning McNugget crashes, and therefore I have to find somebody else as the new mother of creation. So Lightning crashes means McNugget crashes or Jaden crashes, and then a new mother cries. Well, in the event that Olivia Rodrigo secures that position because she's got the number 95, the same as Lightning McQueen, of course that would make her cry. Like, oh my God, I just I've become the new mother of all creation. That's what Lightning Crash is about because there's a baby in it. It means that her and I will have a baby at some point in time to eradicate evil from all creation. And at the same time, it can represent potentially you having a baby, and that being the reason why you don't want to get with me because you have a family already, and you're in love, so madly in love with your family that you don't want to get with me, and that's completely understandable. But you need to know everything before you want to make that choice. So that's why I thought I'd make you this quick video so you can see things from my perspective. So next is 9 to 5, Dolly Parton. Dolly, 9 to 5. Dolly Partridge. That's the daughter. So Cassandra is the daughter of Dolly Partridge or Dolly Parton, 9 to 5, meaning Dolly, 9 to 5. Or Dolly, 95. So that's what Dolly Parton means. It's like working 9 to 5. Meaning trying to work at Olivia Rodrigo to convince her to become the new mother of all creation because she has 95 sold out shows in the Guts tour. Now you have to watch All American Rejects. It gives you hell. So I wake up every evening with a big smile on my face. So imagine me waking up beside Olivia Rodrigo forever. Of course I would, put a smile on my face. But, why the evening part? You wouldn't understand that unless you know what her song is, Vampire. Vampires, they don't walk around during the daytime because they get burned up by the sun. So it means, I'm sleeping all day and waking up in the evening because, I'm a vampire. That's the subliminal meaning of what the song is. I wake up every evening because I'm a vampire and I can't walk around during the daytime with a big smile on my face because Olivia Rodrigo, who sings Vampires, sitting by my side. That's the subliminal meaning of what he's talking about. And it never feels out of place. And you're still probably working at a 9 to 5 pace or 9 to 5 sold out shows during the Guts tour, meaning that's you, Olivia, 9 to 5. The pace is referring to like a pace car. That's what they have around the racetracks. They have a pace car. So it's metaphorical for your 9 to 5 sold out Guts shows, but also being a pace car, which is connected to Lightning McQueen and a pace car, which is connected to Days of Thunder, dropping the hammer. So this is 51. That's how old I am now. I'll be 52 in March. But if you flip that 51, you get 15, which is Taylor Swift's song. Dropping the hammer refers to Olivia dropping me. Meaning like I don't want to date that guy for blah 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 blah, whatever reason it may be. The hammer is metaphorical for me being Thor because he has a hammer. So it means I'm dropping Anthony or I'm dropping Thor, the god of thunder. That's what it means, Olivia, that you're going to drop me. As Lightning McQueen because of the 95. More than well, the reason probably why is because I'm 51 or 52. There's probably something there with the age factor. I know I look a little bit old, but you need to know that in 5 years, when I get my UFOs here, that I'll reverse age myself back to 22. So you don't only have to put up with me for 5 years looking like this before you're dealing with a 22-year-old version of Anthony. So don't let my age fool you. Yeah, sure, I may look a little old, but I'll look 22 in about 5 years. So Don't let the age fool you, Olivia, or stop you. I'm not gonna get with that guy because he's 52 years old, man. He's too old for me. I'm dropping Anthony. I'm dropping the hammer, right? That's what I mean. It's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. And that's basically the pit crew, or people telling you, don't do that. Don't. You have a chance to become the mother of all creation. So imagine your entire country, the Philippines, telling you not to do that. That's a representation of your father. Don't do that, Olivia. You have a chance to become the mother of all creation, and the Filipino people would like that opportunity. So it's a representation of your father, basically saying, "Don't do that. Don't drop Anthony." So again, the 15 on or the 51 on the car, right? The 51, you reverse it, you get 15. 15. Okay, Taylor Swift. So you sit in class next to a redhead named Abigail. Abigail, and soon enough, your best friend. So it means you sit in class next to a redheaded vampire named Abigail, or a girl named Olivia Rodrigo who sings a song about vampires. That's what it means, Olivia. And soon enough, you're best friends. So to understand that, guys, you have to watch Abigail. This is what Abigail actually means in Taylor Swift's song. Right here, next to Abigail. It means I'm sitting next to Olivia Rodrigo, who sings a song about vampires. So that's Abigail. And then there's a connection here, a stake through the heart, or daylight. So, the way to get rid of vampires is a stake through the heart. To understand that, you got to go to Catch Me If You Can. So you watch this trailer here, Catch Me If You Can. And he says, I'd like to take you out for a steak dinner. It's not talking about beef. It's talking about a steak through the heart, meaning I got a steak through the heart because I got rejected by my reincarnated soulmate, Olivia, and I'd like to take you out for a steak dinner because my heart hurts, or I have a stake through my heart. That's what that means. I'd like to take you out for dinner because I got rejected. And because you sing a song about vampires, and vampires can be, the only way they can be killed is through a stake through the heart. It means I'd like to ask you, if you'd like to go get a dinner because someone broke my heart with a stake. That's what it means. Which is connected to, so this is Catch Me If You Can. And you got Catch Me Now. So it's referring to, me trying to catch you, but also, mother trying to catch me. Catch me now. So part of your lyrics talk about you feel it all around you, but when he's putting that rose in your hair, that's connected to the trailer, the Ballad of Snakes and the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So in that particular thing, he talks about or she'll say I don't know if I took a picture of that. No, I didn't. So you're gonna have to watch that trailer now. So if you watch this one here, um, it talks about what does my mentor do besides bring me roses? I do my best to take care of you. Um, I think then she says, you wanna take care of me? Start by thinking I can win in there. So when she says start by thinking I can win in there, it's about the competition of finding a new mother creator. So when he puts that rose in your hair, that's what it represents, Olivia. Me trying to take care of you in the game called the Bachelor in the event that mother doesn't want to get with me and I have to find a new creator soulmate. So that's what the trailer is basically about. Start by thinking I can win in there. So that why I'm showing you these videos is a potential reason why I think you can win. So I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere. So that's a representation of you opening the door because the door is open. So if you next time watch Amy Lee going to California, that's mother's middle name, Jaden Amy Solomon. So it's about me going to California or going to this California to be with Olivia because she's from California. So made up my mind to make a new start. So that's referring to a potential timeline in the future where perhaps mother does get a hold of me or does something somehow. I don't know how it's going to happen, but if she publicly makes a public announcement saying I don't want to get with him because I'm in love with my boyfriend and I'm in love with our family. If you have a family, as much as I want to get with him, I can't. And I understand that he'll be okay because he's got this bachelor thing going. If that's what she says, then what are we course gonna do? I can't make this person fall in love with me if she doesn't want to, right? So that's what it's referring to. Made up my mind to make a new start. So that's what sets in the motion is probably the Bachelor show. Going to California with an aching in my heart. I mean, I'm going to Olivia Rodrigo with an aching in my heart because I would have my mind set on being with Jaden. Someone told me there's a girl out there, with love in her eyes and flowers in her hair. So the flowers in her hair is, it's metaphorical for this particular scene here, right? Plus, I've seen pictures where she's got flowers in her hair. So, they say she plays guitar and cries and sings. So, there's a song here. Olivia Rodrigo crying at her grandpa's birthday. The grandfather's birthday is me because that's the grandfather time, or I mean grandfather space. So she's playing guitar and she cries at his birthday. I'm gonna cry. I have to go because I'm gonna cry. So that's you know that's just a very small portion of the investigation that I've done here to locate a potential new mother of all creation. And I'm assuming this year is like it's like I'm gonna cry because I have to go. It can be a representation, Olivia, of you later understanding the significance of your role in this and having to have that difficult conversation with Louis, your significant other, and say, I mean, how else could you put it, right? I mean, you gotta be straight up honest. Like, do you know that you know I have a chance to become the mother of all creation, or I could remain with you? What would you do, Louis, in my position if the shoe was on the other foot and Jaden, asked you to be, the father of all creation? Would you have the conversation with me? Would you take, that chance? It comes from that perspective. So you're gonna have to have that difficult conversation, and perhaps that's what you're gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. I have to go because I'm gonna cry. So it's referring to that potentially, you maybe having to, have that difficult conversation. Um, Now, at the same time, Jaden, that can be you. I'm gonna cry. I have to go because I'm gonna cry. Meaning, holy smokes, I could lose Anthony forever, and this guy could marry Olivia Rodrigo. I didn't know. I didn't know all this information was out there. I have no idea. Well, now you know, girl. So, yeah, that's just the tip of the iceberg of how many clues that she has. You're looking at a very small portion of the investigation that I've performed. That's just a basic one. So I thought you deserved to know that, Jaden, because as I said before in the other video, I've been in love with your spirit for 8 years. I've been in love with the concept of being in love with you in the future. So for 8 years, I've carried a flame for the concept of being with you at some point in time. And it pains me to think of me, losing you after carrying that torch for 8 years, wanting to get with you, loving your spirit, but having to suddenly, change directions and fall for somebody else. So, hopefully, when you see this video, you might consider, reconsider your options.